You may hear it. Stick around.
We do want to give a shout-out to Newsom Raceway Parts, of course, the primary sponsor for the series, delivering Chevrolet crate engines and many other performance parts. Get a free digital catalog by going to newsomparts.com. So once again, you can keep up with live timing and scoring with the series. Download the My Race Pass app. Check that out, and you can watch all of the points live as they happen. Also, schedules and everything else you need to know, you can find out there on the My Race Pass app. Also, make sure you check out CrateRacingUSA.com for more statistics as well. So the yellow flag stays in the air. Will Dykes will hold that yellow flag out just a little bit longer. Possibly a couple of more cars. We'll wait to see. There's once again an early start here at East Alabama Motor Speedway. And speaking of which, here comes the B1 of Braxton Barber. So evidently they went to work on that car, and he is going to make an effort to try to make the show this afternoon.
That's great. That's great. Plenty of time last night. Early show last night. We got done early. So
I thought the second half of the day we really did pretty good moving through the program.
It was a great day of racing, and you know, Cody, this is something different for all of our series drivers here because typically we're not day racing like this. Now you got the ice bowl and stuff like that, but this time of the year, this type of day racing is a whole different strategy, and we're going to see a lot of that play out here.
Well, some people are totally against day racing, and some people really enjoy it. I'm just going to say on my half, some tracks I really enjoy seeing day races.
Yes.
Some we don't, but we've seen some very competitive day racing so far. So the front row, Jordy Nipper, Chase Edge, trying to race their way in. The top three make the 51st Annual Alabama State Championship. They'll work towards the VP Racing Lubricant Smooth and Clean Starting Box, East Alabama Motor Speedway. It's go time for the Newsom Raceway Parts Crate Racing USA Dirt Late Model Series. Tell you what, a good top-side momentum for Chase Edge. He'll go side-by-side with Jordy Nipper down the back straightaway. Cody Overton right now in the transfer spot. Nipper's going to slide to the inside.
Nipper's looking good in the Longhorn chassis right there. Oh, little contact. Chase Edge not backing down. Knows that he's got to go here this morning.
Edge literally almost ripped the door off the outside of Jordy Nipper's machine. And the top two have pulled away. Cody Overton's about to get busy. Here comes Braxton Barber. What kind of story would that be after yesterday that he's trying to race his way in right now?
He's got that Extreme Race engines purring around the East Alabama Motor Speedway right now. We'll watch him. He gets a good run coming out of turn number two. Closes in on the 97 of Little Sexy Cody Overton. They're battling side by side for that second spot as well.
Tell you what, Cody Overton made a big run on Jordy Nipper too, so you got three cars under a blanket for the transfer spot. Only two of them can make it in. Braxton Barber, big run off of turn number two. He'll come to the back of Cody Overton's 97. Can't make it happen, but Barber is working the top side of the racetrack.
Yeah, Braxton Barber is going places that nobody else has went. Now he tries to drop down to work to the inside of Cody Overton. Overton gets a good bite down there, pulls him down the back straightaway.
Getting ready to be halfway home. 5 in and 5 to go. It is all out front right now. Chase Edge, the 2014 series winner, in a battle for second. Cody Overton's going to slip underneath the Jordy Nipper. Put Little Sexy up to the second spot. How long will it last, Joe?
I'll tell you what, they are gloves off racing here this afternoon or this morning. Jordy Nipper, Cody Overton going at it. Side by side once again for the second position. Don't look now. Here comes Braxton Barber.
Barber to the inside. So Jordy Nipper started on the front row, and now he's on the outside looking in of a transfer spot. Here he comes back. A pair of ones going at it down the back straightaway.
And we mentioned earlier it's going to be elbows up racing. And look at this, another battle. How about it? Braxton Barber to the outside of the racetrack. He clears Jordy Nipper this time.
I'll tell you what, Braxton has found something down here in turns 3 and 4. Right now he'll set in that third and final transfer spot as Chase Edge will come off of turn number 4. Cody Overton in second, Braxton Barber in third, Jordy Nipper, and the caution comes out. Looks like Colby Darda has turned the 91 machine, the driver out of LaGrange, Georgia. That's the first caution of this Newsom Raceway Parts B main. Colby started back there in the 8th starting spot. And the caution will come out running 7th at the time.
Good racing up front.
I was going to say, Joe, we've got at least 3 lanes right now of racing. And down here in turns 3 and 4, they're already flirting with that top side. So that is a good sign, hopefully, as we go through the rest of the afternoon. And it looks like the 7 machine of Tyler Thomason has got some right rear damage as well. Don't know if that possibly might have led to Colby Darda going around off of turn number 2. Actually, Colby's car looks pretty good.
Yeah, Colby's got some nose damage on the driver's side of that race car, and I think he's done for the afternoon here. And that could have been. I don't think it was related, but I didn't catch a replay here, and I missed the whole action. Oh, here we go. Well,
no, I think that replay. I Tell you what, I've been waiting on this little orange car to be on the racetrack for 2 days, and I'm finally getting it today. So, yes, I think that would be a great pace car.
So, I tell you, if they get that on camera, it'll be a series by next week.
There it is, look.
Oh,
yes.
Yep, there we go. Somebody's going to start a series. Oh, man. That's just what we need, right?
I mean, put a couple of bars on top of that, and, if they roll over, they just keep going like those old clown cars. That'd be perfect. Well, I guess we embarrassed it. It's already leaving the racetrack.
Yeah. He's got feelings.
So the caution comes out. 7 of our 10 complete here at the Newsom Raceway Parts B main number 1. We do have one more B main coming up. Only the top 3 will advance. Now, there is an opportunity for drivers to get in with provisionals. Looking at this first B main, Cody Overton would be the obvious one. He is actually inside of the top 20 in points, so he would obviously be one of them, but he's trying to race his way in. But there are quite a few possible provisionals in that second B main. Drivers don't want to use those. They want to race their way in.
Yeah, they want to race, which has been evident here all weekend, even in the hobby division where all cars transfer, and they raced. But,
Well, a racer will always race.
Yeah.
I will always say that. So Chase Edge will take him down the back straightaway. 7 of our 10 complete. We get ready to go to work to finish out this first of 2 Newsom Raceway Parts B mains. Top 3 will transfer. Green flag comes out at turn number 4 in the KRC power steering restart zone.
So 3 laps to go in this one. Chase Edge fires, gets a good run down the front straightaway. Cody's not letting him get away there. Here comes Braxton Barber. He's looking for a run on the top side of the racetrack. He'll take it to the top here in turns number 3 and 4. He'll build that momentum up, and he'll chase him down the front straightaway.
And Brian Cheatham is going down the back straightaway on the outside of the racetrack. So we'll see. We haven't seen the yellow yet. We're going to stay looking for it. There it is.
Yeah, caution.
I was going to say he went off in turn 1, and I thought he was going to make the right-hand turn and go off the racetrack to the pit area, but no, he rolled down the back straightaway, so the caution comes back out. And race fans, they're on the front straightaway. You see the right side of Jordy Nipper's car. That has got to be, as aero-dependent as these late models have become nowadays, that has got to be affecting that car.
You would figure it's some type of hindrance there for Jordy. And that happened early on, and it looks like Jordy has had a good race car all weekend, just not had the luck kind of go his way. And so that was early contact, and it kind of opened that thing up like a sardine can.
Yeah, it didn't take much to rip it off the right side as he'll make his way here on the front straightaway. Will Dyke's going to give him the 1 to go, so a really quick line back up and go back after it. Once again, 7 of, now make it 8. We did get 1 lap complete, so 2 laps to go unofficially here in the Newsom Raceway Parts B main number 1. It's Chase Edge out front. Cody Overton sets second. Braxton Barber third. Top 3 make the show. Slow and steady, they make their way down into turns 3 and 4. We'll get ready to go back to work. I tell you what, Cody Overton hasn't really been aggressive yet. Let's see if he goes after Chase Edge here in the closing laps. KRC power steering restart zone. We're back green.
Yeah, Chase Edge, another really good restart. Chase knows his way around East Alabama, hammers it down the back straightaway. I'm watching that 1 car, Braxton Barber. He's not done. He wants that second position. He's running out of time. White flag is in the air.
Yeah, white flag, 1 final time around the East Alabama Motor Speedway, and here comes Barber. Barber's going to go right to the back bumper, and Cody Overton loses a ton of momentum off of turn number 2. But in the meantime, out front, trying to put another win in his category for the East Alabama Motor Speedway. The 2014 series winner here, Chase Edge, will win the Newsom Raceway Parts B main number 1.
Cody Overton will bring it home second. Braxton Barber will be your final transfer car. And congratulations to the Razor's Edge, Chase Edge.
Yeah, Chase Edge will race his way in, and we will see how things shake out. Looking towards the rest of the field, as far as provisionals, we'll have to probably go way down the list to find somebody that's left in that first B main to see if somebody fits in for a B main provisional. But Chase Edge will pick up the Newsom Raceway Parts B main number 1. Here we go with Newsom Raceway Parts B main number 2. Your starting lineup will look like this. On the front row in the 1A out of Covington, Georgia, it'll be Ty Ellis. His outside currently second in the points, 12 career series wins. And I tell you what, I thought he was going to race his way in last week. I credit Jake Knowles for manhandling a race car that had the right front pretty much tore off of it. He ended up finishing solid enough to get a front row starting spot, and the former series champion Jake Knowles will start outside of row 1. Row number 2 in the 5B out of Hamilton, Georgia, it'll be Thomas Lewis. And to his outside, starting 4th out of Harrisburg, South Dakota, it'll be John Wing. Third row starter, the 77 will be Josh Ray out of Byhalia, Mississippi. And to his outside, currently ninth in the points coming in out of Madison, Alabama. It'll be the 88 of Dalton Dowdy. Row 4 will be the 38 of Matthew Taylor out of Fort Valley, Georgia, the 14-year-old Matthew Taylor. And to his outside, the 5D out of Smith Station, Alabama, it'll be Roderick Dykes. Row 5 will be the USA 1 of Belle Chase, Louisiana's Patrick Michelle. To his outside, the 16 of Cole Exum out of Valdosta, Georgia. Starting 11th in row number 6, it'll be the 54 of Adele, Georgia's Tim Dixon. And his outside scheduled to be the 88 of Shane Payton. Looking to see if I see the 88, and I do not. So he had some serious damage last night. And then the final row will be the 81K of Smith Station, Alabama's Kyle Knotts, and the 81 of Kevin Knotts out of Smith Station, Alabama. Kevin third in the weekly points here at East Alabama coming in. So still some really good. And I am looking to see, well, we got one of the 81s. So Kyle did have some pretty rough damage last night.
He really did. He really did, Cody. It was tough.
So Kevin's going to give it a go. He'll tilt to the back of the field. Will Dykes will give him the one to go. And we are one lap away from the final preliminary for the Newsom Raceway Parts Crit Racing USA Dirt Late Model Series here at the East Alabama Motor Speedway. First time in 7 years we have been here. And I tell you what a show to come back to. One of the most prestigious events in the South, the 51st Annual Alabama State Championship. On the front row, Ty Ellis, Jake Knowles. And it looks like, starting to see the 81. I thought he was going to turn in. He may, as things would shake out, could possibly get the track provisional. So he may just be kind of tailing here to see what happens. VP Racing, lubricant smooth and clean starting box, we're green.
Jake Knowles with a power move down here. Woo-hoo. Contact.
Yeah, he got right into the door panel of Ty Ellis. Now Ty's going to have to do what Jordy Nimper did, and that's race with some heavy bodywork damage, but right now they'll come across the stripe. Wow. And the 5-car Lewis, holy moly, and Cole Exum's going to pay the price. Oh, and a hard shot to the infield. Cole Exum there, 4 cars under a blanket. Something had to give, and the 16 was the one that went sliding into the infield wall.
This will be an interesting replay. A very eventful first lap right there.
And to beat it all, I don't think Cole was even really part of that mess. He just kind of got the after effect.
Everybody's going for the final transfer position. You know that, and it's kind of gloves off, man. You got to go. All right, let's watch this. Let's watch the start here.
Here's the initial contact. If you're watching at home on Hunt the Front TV, there's Jake Knowles, gets up into Ty Ellis. Looks like he got in there and it just slid on him. So we'll keep that coming down the front. Check that out, Joe.
Yeah, that's wide open.
It's a can opener. Just on the outside of your screen. So Dowdy gets a little loose. You'll see Lewis come sliding up. Lewis is going to come off the nose of Dowdy. And now Cole Exum, he is really just on the inside of this. Boom.
Matthew Taylor gets in there.
So really, Exum was trailing this whole mess off of turn number 4, and he's the one that's going to suffer the hardest hit, as it is going to put him on the hook and possibly end his hopes at an Alabama State Championship early this morning.
And there we get a look at the race car, and it's going on the hook. Definitely hard contact into the wall, and that's one of those places here at East Alabama that there's 2 spots coming out of turn 4, actually 3. Sometimes the upper wall, the outside wall, really gives us havoc in the morning on Sunday because these guys are really racing so hard. And when there is initial contact down there, they either hit here before the pit entrance or right there after. And if it's there, it's usually heavy damage.
And Joe is telling you, if you're in the infield, don't stand here.
No, don't stand on the wall.
But you was telling me a few years ago they were cooking down here.
Yes, and they've barbecued on the wall. But, great. Really, I got to give everybody props this weekend because we haven't had that this year. They have set the standard here at East Alabama throughout the season, and they have kind of – you can't just rip it out from underneath people that have been doing it for 30 years. They've been standing on the wall. So gradually they have made changes here, and it's showing here today. Packed house, and you see the changes that have been instituted over the past 3 years really working good here today.
Well, in the world you live in, you got to be extra careful with all those safety precautions as well. So, man, there you get a good look if you're watching at home on Hunt the Front TV. Cole Exum's car, it took a hard shot.
It really did.
To that infield wall. That infield wall, credit to the facility here, did not move an inch.
Tough break right there for the Barry Wright Icon race car and Cole Exum, Terry Ride, car owner.
So we are looking officially. One lap did get scored, so still out front, Ty Ellis, Jake Knowles, and Thomas Lewis right now would be your top three, as looks like Ty Ellis is going to pull back and get back to the front of the Speedway.
Okay, a couple of housekeeping things real quick, Cody. Road Warriors, we need you in staging. And if you raced last night, if you're in the pits, you're still here, you raced last night, your payout is available in the infield right now. It's open right now, so if you didn't get paid last night, they are open back up right there in the infield. So come on down and get paid, get your money from last night. We're paying people early this morning.
Before noon. How about that?
Before noon, yes. We'd like to get it out of the way.
So Newsom Raceway Parts, B-Main number 2, going to get ready to come back to life as you see Ty Ellis. Man, they finally got the door panel straightened back out. But I'll tell you what, I don't know if that's going to benefit him or not. Because that door panel, if you look to the inside of that car, that's going to catch all that air. So we'll see how he handles that one car going into turn 1. Joe, did you see that? It's kind of pushed out like a parachute. We'll see if that affects him. Will Dykes will give him 1 to go. Next time by, final chance. Final chance, Joe, to race your way into the 51st Annual Alabama State Championship.
Ty Ellis, Jake Knowles, Mr. Lewis right there. Dalton Dowdy.
Not bad for that youngster either. He's in a good position right now.
He's in a good spot. And Taylor's right there as well. So Taylor showed us just a lap ago he wasn't scared to put his nose in there.
So here we go, back towards KRC Power Steering restart zone. Ty Ellis will launch. Jake Knowles and Lewis will follow in tow. Good start there for Knowles. He'll look back to the inside. He'll stay in the tire tracks at Ty Ellis in 1 and 2.
Yeah, Jake Knowles going very low down there in turns number 1 and 2, trying to work that line in. We'll see what he does down here in 3 and 4. He's going to follow suit, drift up the racetrack, and Ty Ellis has got to kind of keep his car in line. Jake Knowles is going to run him down.
I'll tell you what, we have not talked about the 14-year-old Matthew Taylor, but he just raced his way into a transfer spot. The 38 come off the top side of turn number 2. Top 4 now, single file, as Taylor works the top side on both ends.
Yeah, Taylor is experimenting here at East Alabama today, and he's got a fast race car. Cody, you're watching now to the high side here. The car really pitched sideways through the corner, but he's able to make forward momentum.
Yeah, and that's something, of course, that youngster's going to have to learn, too. That'll wear those tires out faster than anything else. So if he's going to make a run, he is right now. Off of turn 4, he'll look to the back bumper at Jake Knowles. Fight for second and third down into turns 1 and 2. Taylor to the inside. Oh, baby.
Yeah, Taylor's not scared to throw it in there. Jake Knowles knows he's back there right now. Jake said, I'm going to kind of protect this line down here that I have.
I'm going to give credit to Ty Ellis. He is handling this racetrack even with that damage he's got on the front of that race car. Top 3 on your screen. Oh, and Taylor bobbled just a little, and Lewis gained some momentum. Yes. But here comes the 77 of Josh Ray. Where did he come from fighting towards a transfer spot?
Josh Ray has got a good race car as well. He found that high side. I think he's watched Matthew Taylor work this track, and he's just a little bit straighter, so he's got a good, fast race car here tonight, handling well.
And I tell you what, Taylor gets into turn 1, Joe, and you see his car bobble. Josh Ray is smooth getting into turn 1. That may be the difference as they'll come across the stripe. 7 laps complete. Here comes the 38 under the 66, and here comes the 77. Ray's going to take the transfer spot on the back straightaway.
He is. He's found that line. He's able to keep his car straight, working the high side of the racetrack, and that's where it's paying off. Cody, look at this. He's got a run on car number 66, Jake Knowles. He'll go to the inside of Knowles down in 1 and 2. Knowles knows he's there. Back to the throttle. Jake Knowles will hold on to the spot.
Jake's running that. Oh, and here comes Taylor. Taylor's going to come back. Fight for the transfer spot. Should be coming to the white flag. One last time for somebody to race their way in. Josh Ray will slide underneath the Taylor in turn 2.
So white flag in the air. We've got a battle for that final transfer position. Taylor now slides up in front. How about this? Look at this battle going on.
I tell you what, it will be Ray on the outside looking in, going into 3. He'll dart to the bottom. He's got to slide the 38. Is he going to be cleared? No, it just missed it. Wow. And just like that, Matthew Taylor will race his way in, and he will find himself competing in the East Alabama Motor Speedway's 51st Annual Alabama State Championship. What a race to race their way in. But congratulations to the Newsom Raceway Parts B-Main number 2 winner out of Covington, Georgia. It will be Ty Ellis. If we can keep that up all day, Joe, it's going to be a fun day today at the Playground
I'll
of
tell you,
Power.
I think the precedent has already been set this weekend. We've got a handle on things, and I think that's what we're going to see all afternoon. Great job by the track prep crew here at East Alabama. We've got to give them a big of just a big pat on the back because we know that the effort has been put in here, Cody. It's been a week-long battle to try to get this racetrack in this position for this moment.
250-plus cars on one racetrack for not 3 days, but 4 days, technically, and they've done an amazing job. So the preliminaries for the Newsom Raceway Parts Crate Racing USA Dirt Late Model Series is done. Next up will be the 10,000 to win feature. I do want to mention real quick our marketing partners, Newsom Raceway Parts, Chevrolet Performance, Hoosier Racing Tires, VP Racing Fuels, VP Racing Lubricants, Knowles Race Parts and Bodies, Cruise with the Champions, Willys Carburetor and Dyno Shop, KRC Power Steering, BMF Race Cars, Competition Racing Equipment, Savage Chassis, and Velocita by Melissa Markowitz. Make sure you check out the Velocita tent just off of turn number 2. Go by there, and if you're a Crate Racing USA member in any division, you get 5% off of your purchase. Joe, I'll turn it back over to you, Mr. Michael Patton, as we get ready for, I believe, some more last chance races. To me, the last chance races are some of the funnest races you're going to have because the goal is to just get there.
It's like you've been here all weekend. This is what you have to do to make it into the show. And Michael Patton and I have kind of watched this Road Warrior division yesterday. They raced in their heat races. It was tremendous, folks. If you're watching on Hunt the Front TV, don't walk away from these last chance races coming up with the Road Warrior division. Yesterday we saw 4 heat races. Quick recap on those. The heat races were tremendous. We had cars, 2 of the heat races. We had our winners start on the last row and go on to win. Second place in the other 2 heat races came from the back row as well. So the racetrack, the cars, just all gel perfectly together. And we're getting ready to do it again for the Road Warrior last chance races here in Phoenix City, Alabama on a beautiful Sunday morning. Folks, we'll be right back with you to join you with the Road Warriors. Big shout out, Michael, to Will Harrington, the Hawkinsville Hustler. He's our trophy sponsor here this afternoon for the Road Warrior division. And Michael, let's introduce our Road Warriors to the fans here in the grandstands and the ones watching at home.
All right, on the inside of row number 1 is Jerry Lewis in the 7K. On the inside of row 1, on the outside is Al Walker out of Ladonia, Alabama, number 02 machine.
Row number 2, the 779 of Lane Herring, and to his outside, the young lady in the field, the 17L, Clarissa Ledford.
Row 3, the 27 machine, Billy Donaldson out of Phoenix City, Alabama. And on the outside of row 3, Randy Phillips out of Phoenix City, Alabama, the 9R.
Row number 4, 131 is Andrew Barnes, and to his outside, the 28C of Chandler Smith.
All right. And row 5, the 22 machine, Michael Brown out of Rincon, Georgia. And the 22 to 99 of David Edmondson out of Katoma, Florida.
All right, folks, last row. Row number 6. Car number 24T, Frank Honeycutt to his outside, Thomas Scroggins in the 99S. There is your field of Road Warriors for this first of 2 B-Mains to make it into the big show here for the 51st running of the Alabama State Championships.
Taking the top 4 out of this B-Main. Number 1, B-Main number 2 to line up. Road Warriors, B-Main number 2 to line up. Want to say everybody to the stands. Appreciate you being here with us at East Alabama Motor Speedway for the 51st annual Alabama State Championship race. Appreciate you being here with us in attendance. And we're getting ready to go green this time by. Blair Hall is going to give him the green this time by. All right, green flags in the air. We're underway for the Road Warriors. Jerry Lewis takes him over to Al Walker. They're side by side going down the back straightaway, coming out of turn 2. Going into turn 3, still side by side. Here it comes. We got a spinner already. Chandler Smith spinning around. Billy Donaldson spinning around also. That'll bring out the caution. Clarissa had a lot of going on for her last year. Almost made the main and event. See if she can pull it out today and get a top 4 finish and move to the A main this afternoon for the Road Warriors. Billy Dawson stopping down at East Alabama Speedway Body Shop getting things checked out. He must didn't have no cash, so he dashed. So Al Walker in the O2 machine. Jerry Lewis, Lane Herring, Clarissa Ledford, Randy Phillips, your top 5. All right, green flag in the air. Next time by.
How about Mr. Tim? Tim from Sonoa over there.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of watching us.
Great guy.
Yeah. He just sent me a message, Michael, and I'm actually trying to get my wife to send me a text message back. I think she's ignored me. I haven't seen her in a couple days, and she might have forgot about me.
She probably forgot about you. So. All right, Al Walker, the O2 machine, going to bring him to the green. This time by here at East Alabama Motor Speedway. They take him off into turns 1 and 2. Jerry Lewis looking at Clarissa Ledford. Right beside Lane Herring down the back straightaway. Going to try to take over that 3rd spot.
Michael, you remember she was in this spot last year, racing the B main, trying to make it in. And, buddy, it was a heartbreaker. Car number 22 around. Woo! Almost a bad deal right there. Al Walker had a bad deal yesterday. He's leading the field here. But Tim Cooper over at Sonoya Raceway and John, they do a great job.
They do.
They really do. They do a great job. And I know you visited over there. I love going over there. And, Michael, kind of sister tracks. These guys work together throughout the year, and that's a good thing. A lot of big races coming over there as well as here for the rest of the year. So make sure you check out their schedule. Yeah. John Matthews is, in my opinion, John Matthews is so well prepared. He's probably his stats going into a race are they're very impressive. But man, it makes me feel like sometimes I'm like, man, you ain't doing the job you need to be doing because he rolls out with a 3-ring binder, and he's got information that nobody can find. And I'm like, man, you're great at this. So shout out to Tim and John, and they just do a great job over there. The whole staff over there does a great job, and some of them guys are right here. We have Chad Wallace over here racing. He's the race director over
here. They got I got a big race coming up.
Yeah,
Peach State Classic coming up.
Yeah, that's a good one. You'll be there for that, won't you?
Yeah, I'll be there. So
I think I'm racing that weekend down at Alltech. So I've wanted to make that race. It's always something on the schedule.
Adam Stewart walking around this morning like he's the president of the United States.
He's the president of Crate Racing USA, but definitely not the United States. But it might be an improvement. So Adam probably could run the United States. He's running the racing series and a racetrack. So
all right, Al Walker, your race leader, followed by Jerry Lewis, Lane Herring, Clarissa Ledford. She's trying to get to the inside. Randy Phillips trying to make that final transfer spot. They're halfway that time by. Woo.
Ledford holding on to that final transfer spot. Phillips is wanting it bad. Put a little contact there on her down in turns number 1 and 2. Ledford's going to take it to the bottom side of the racetrack. Here comes Phillips with another run out of turns number 4.
And Al Walker still in the catbird seat right in the front. Jerry Lewis, Lane Herring, Clarissa Ledford. Randy Phillips lost a little momentum that time out of turn 2.
Clarissa's got a sound car here this afternoon. That car number 17. Caution flag is on the speedway. You see the B4 signs on the side of Clarissa's car. Computer Tune. That's 2 of my buddies right there. Patrick Williams and Kevin Durden. Drivers over there at Alltech Raceway. They sponsor that ride there. And the G&A logging team. So Clarissa is the last car in line She's the final transfer car right now. So she's not wanting to see these restarts like this.
No,
she's
not.
having flashbacks of last year, Michael.
Exactly.
And so she's wanting to get in this race. The team has come back again, and she doesn't give up easily at all.
No.
She's a hard charger and a hard-nosed racer. She races all around the Southeast, Swainsboro, Georgia, over at the Cochran Motor Speedway. And so we're going to watch this thing as we tighten the field up. And I like to look at Al Walker's car. He's the only guy in the field that's got that lowrider look here. You know what I mean?
That
car,
old style.
Yeah, he's got that car laid down to the ground. It's just kind of slick and straight down the front straightaway, back straightaway. He's kind of just watch him kind of cruise around here.
Yeah, he's
got
one
flames
of our,
on the car, too.
Yeah, he's one of our regulars on Saturday night programs here for the Road Warriors. All right, here they come out of turn 4, coming to the green flag this time by. Green flag's in the rear. It's hammered down into turn 1 for Al Walker, followed by Jerry Lewis. Lane Herring, Clarissa Lefford. Here comes that 24 machine.
Yeah. And Mr. Honeycutt right there now puts the moves on Mr. Phillips.
Randy Phillips, Frank Honeycutt, Billy Donaldson.
Caution.
Caution on the Speedway.
Once again, a big thanks to Will Harrington, the Hawkinsville Hustler, and actually he was another visitor down there this morning at the church service, and nice to see Will down there and his teammate, one of his team members, Mr. Randy, down there with us as well. So we got to see Glenn down there this morning, and I fed Glenn some coffee and sent him on his way to get to work on race cars for the day.
There you go. Yeah, appreciate Will being trophy sponsor for this Road Warrior class.
Yeah, it's important. It really is. It means a lot to these guys. That's a cool trophy. It's like Cody Early said earlier, and this is one of the premier events in the state of Alabama. And really, I kind of find it pretty interesting that, Talladega Short Track, owned and operated by Adam Stewart, and they have the other premier event here, the Ice Bowl. So it's like the two tracks have kind of joined forces in a way, and you've got this huge event, 2 huge events here every year, and Adam has got several big events over there with, Talladega racing, and got them NASCAR weekends over there and the Ice Bowl. So nice to see the two tracks kind of teaming up with the series and just different things like that.
That's right.
It's good to have relationships cross over the boundaries that a lot of people think that, you can't work together, but you really can.
That's right, the 131 there. Andrew Barnes getting a little body work done. I seen the cash was handed out the window, so that's why the work was done. So, all right, Al Walker. Yo, 2 machine, your race leader, followed by Jerry Lewis, Lane Herring, Clarissa Letford. All right, souvenir stand's going to be open in about 5 minutes. Souvenir stand will be opening in about 5 minutes. So we'll get ready to go back. Green flag race. And once again, welcome to everybody watching at home on Hunt the Front TV. Appreciate you being a part of the action here at East Alabama Motor Speedway at the Playground of Power. This is your first B main for the Road Warriors. B main number 2 coming up right after this. Top 4 transfer to this afternoon's A main. All right, green flags in there. We're back underway for the Road Warriors. B main number 1, Al Walker. Jerry Lewis, Clarissa Lefford looking to the inside of Lane Herring. Going down the back straightaway. They're side by side, taking off into turn 3. Here they come out of turn 3, Al Walker. Jerry Lewis, Lane Herring. Billy Donaldson wants to try to get around Clarissa Lefford and try to take that spot. White flags will be coming out next time by. White flags coming out next time for your race leader, Al Walker. top 4 transfer. Clarissa Lefford puts a little space between her and Billy Donaldson, trying to hold on to that final transfer spot. All right, checker flag coming out this time by for your winner of the B-Main Heat 1. It looks like it's going to be Al Walker, Jerry Lewis, Lane Herring, Clarissa Lefford. They top 4 transfer to this afternoon's A-Main. East Alabama, how about I give you a top 4 round of applause? Transferring to the BA Main this afternoon here at East Alabama Motor Speedway. All right, next coming up, your B Main 2 for the Road Warriors. This is the way they'll line up. On the inside of row 1 is going to be Chris Story to Diggler. Beside him will be the 29, Brandon McDaniel out of Macon, Georgia. Row 2 will be the 9S of Zach Stewart out of Toccoa, Georgia. And beside him, Wes Davis out of Moultrie in the 77 machine. Row 3 will be Bobby DeWell out of Smith Station, Alabama in the 7. Charlie Coward in the 25 machine out of Phoenix City, Alabama. Row 4 will be the 17 machine, Justin Kraft. Alongside him will be Darren Bailey in the 18 machine. Row 5 will be Patrick Dees out of Auburn, Alabama, the B5. And outside of him will be Jackson Morrison in the 2 out of Opelika. And rounding out the field, Cameron Collette out of Toccoa in the A machine. That's the way they line up, 6 rows. And top 4 transfer to this afternoon's A Main for the Road Warriors. Bobby DeWell had some damage on his car yesterday. Had to pull off by the hook. So he's back out there. Brand new car for Chris Story. Great looking car. All right, Brandon McDaniel on the 29 machine. Chris Story to Diggler and the 9. They will be bringing them to the green. B5 Patrick D's got a right rear flat tire. And the B5 Patrick D's. All right, coming up next will be your limited late model B